Hello, everyone. Welcome to This Must Be the Place. I'm your host, Imogen J. Lister. Here we are talking about love songs, the music, the memories, and everything in between. I'm really excited for today's artist that we're talking to. I've been a longtime fan, and we've talked about some projects that didn't come into fruition, so I'm excited to hear more about her and her music and get to know her a little bit more as a person. It's been definitely a few years of listening to your music since I shot your show way back at, I think it was Lee's Palace 2022 or something. So this will be really fun to get into it and kind of unpack who we are and some music and some memories and everything. That was a nice little lead up. I am speaking to Taryn from Orpin today. I would love to hear more about the project and who you are.
Okay, yes, hello, I'm Taryn Jacobs, and I started Orpin back in 2020 as kind of a personal project, released some music, started by myself, but then really ended up collaborating with a lot of people, so Orpin has kind of grown. I feel like I'm still Orpin, or Orpin still exists, but Orpin couldn't exist without Sean Stover, Braden Kruger, Riley Barnes, and Robin Bond. So there's a few Orpin heads that make Orpin who she is. She's an amalgamation of people, but she's also a character that I try to embody as often as I can. She empowers me.
That's so awesome. Kind of I've been super into drag recently, so it almost has that vibe of
I guess so. Yeah. I used to struggle with posting on social media because I felt like it wasn't Orpin enough, but Orpin is just who I'm trying to be, you know? She's confident, she's powerful.
That's so awesome to have this character that you can put on when you go on stage and you write and everything. Do you feel it comes out in the writing this other person?
Yeah, for sure. It does. It also, Orpin feels very natural and in the wilderness, and I live in the city, and it just feels like what I want in life is what Orpin has.
I love that. Yeah, it definitely the themes of nature come out a lot. I have Bed Springs is on my playlist titled For the Nymphs and the Fairies.
Yes. She's a fairy.
Yeah. Orpin's a fairy for sure.
Yeah.
No wonder it speaks to me so
Yeah,
hard.
Orpin casts spells, and she's really connected to the earth in a way that I don't understand, but I really think it's beautiful.
That's so awesome. That's so cool. Yeah, I feel it's really cool to have somebody that you can really channel a different energy with that you can't bring into your everyday life.
Yeah.
Yeah, and that's exactly it. That's exactly the energy. Yeah, I do that with clowns.
Oh.
Cuz I know, right? I sometimes I feel I can be a pretty serious person at times. I'm a Virgo. So I can be pretty serious and not always bring a lot of levity, so I think it's fun to have a persona that's so nothing is serious, nothing is that deep, Imogen, we're just here for the vibes.
I'm a Cancer. Orpin is also a Cancer, I think.
That makes sense.
She's a feeler.
I see it I can see it. That makes sense that you're a Cancer with the lyrics and everything. So that's interesting. Yeah, I'm a Leo rising, and I feel clowns are very Leo. Yeah.
Full moon in Virgo just happened.
Definitely.
Did you feel
crazy.
big waves?
Big emotions. Yes, definitely.
Yeah.
Big emotions. I think it's a good thing though to let it out for a weekend and hang out.
Yeah. Transformative.
Yeah, exactly. Have you been feeling any sort of retrograde or anything?
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah. I've been seeing a lot on TikTok saying if you're a Libra rising, big things are coming. I'm a Libra rising, so okay. I'm just waiting for that, pretty much. Yeah.
Libra rising. That also makes sense. And I got called out on saying that makes sense whenever I talk about horoscopes, but somebody called me out on it, and I was like,
yeah, I get called out on that too. But
mm-hmm.
If only you let me guess, I probably would have been right, you know.
Yeah, but would have guessed Virgo.
Yeah, actually no, I don't think I would have.
A lot of people don't.
Yeah.
It takes a few tries to get Virgo.
Yeah, I feel I'd go maybe Aquarius, maybe.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Okay.
Kind of a cool factor.
Yeah. Aquarius, kind of quirky, quirky in a nice way. That is a in a nice way. But yeah, Libra rising, very romantic, very, very like, yeah, like
communicative. Yeah,
exactly. Seeing both sides as well and everything. Yeah. Yeah, I feel like we got into it a little bit. Is there anything you want to like share before we jump into this first song, or should we just go for it?
No, yeah, let's go for it.
Let's go for it. Awesome. So we're gonna start with "I Feel It All" by Feist. Great, like, classic Canadian artist, contemporary artist. Yeah.
Love Feist.
Exactly. I think she's in the city, right, as well. So she's in Toronto. I think so.
Wow. I went to her show not super recently, like I think it was like 2021. And then I felt like I didn't even actually recognize her. Like, I feel like I listened to Feist back when like I just had like the radio and like my iPod Nano. Like, it wasn't like as visual. Like, I would just click like Feist, I Feel It All, and it just had like the little music notes, because I probably didn't download it actually, like I got it off like LimeWire or something. So yeah, seeing her, it was like so weird, like connecting that person to an actual visual person. She's like very petite, and I was like, whoa, you're so yeah, she's like maybe 5'1", and I was like blown away.
I didn't know that. That's crazy.
Yeah.
So like the song's been a while, like around in your life for a while.
Yeah.
Then.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's like cool. My happy song. I love this song.
I feel like there's going to be a lot to chat about with it. Yeah. Awesome. Okay, we'll give it a listen, and then we'll get into it. That's such a fun pick.
Isn't it so good?
It's so groovy. Like,
that was
so
the first
fun.
song that, like, when you came to me with this project, I was like, okay, I have one. Like, I know that is my love song. It's, to me, it's like the feeling of being in love. It's like joyous. Yeah. Do you want me to get into it? Should I say more? Okay.
Yeah.
I don't know if you had specific questions.
No,
let me talk about it. Okay. So, in my head, this was always a love song. And then I read through the lyrics, and I was like, oh, there's some things in here. Like, she's talking about, like, she'll hold the gun, the lies divide. So then I had to, like, reevaluate my opinion on this song, because, like, growing up, I just, like, remember the parts where she's saying I feel it all, and she talks about, like, love.
And it's such a cheery, like, rhythm and everything. It's like
I don't know what year it's from, like maybe like 2012. I'm actually not totally sure, but it's like so like indie twee. We got like the xylophone. Like, it is just like joyous. Like, the skies were blue back then. Like, it's just like so good. So then I was going through the lyrics, and I was feeling like, okay, to me this feels like you're having an argument with someone you love, and you're like letting go of the argument because it's not worth the love, and like taking like control of it, because like when she says one thing like I'll win the war, like, to me she's saying like I'll lose this battle but I'll win the war. Like, that was my interpretation. Okay, but then I googled it, obviously, because I want to make sure like I'm on the right track, and a lot of people feel like it's the complete opposite.
Okay.
And it's her being like you have to, like, this relationship isn't working out, and like you have to hold the gun and end the relationship and like love yourself.
I will say that that's kind of what I felt reading the lyrics and listening to it as well, but like I like both perspectives.
I always had such a positive view on it, and then I found an interview where she was saying that it was about owning your love, but then people also can like interpret it the opposite way. So I guess it could mean both. It's like one of those pictures where you see what you need to see. I don't know, to me it's just like
totally
so joyous. It's like the feeling of being in love, and like driving with the windows down, and like feeling it all. It's like you gotta feel it all, you know. You gotta feel like the high highs and like the low lows to like really feel love. Definitely.
And I think like also like the lyrics about like the wings, for me that really came back to like the podcast's namesake, where it's like, you know, she put down her wings, I guess that this must be the place. It really like called back to that for me, even though like I feel like she's talking about way more like flying off and like taking off. Putting it in the context of like this sweet love, I felt like there was like this level of sort of like metaphor of putting like your lover in like a bird kind of area, or like yourself in like a bird kind of perspective. That was interesting for me. I do also feel the feeling of like you're in a bad relationship and you like just ended it, like that feeling is there, like loving yourself. Maybe that is what she meant by owning your love, but you know, it's all love. It's all it is all love. Yeah. Are there like memories tied to this song? Like,
honestly, nothing specific. It's just like driving around with the windows down. Like, if I'm like ready for a good day, I put this song on. It's kind of like a steadfast just my happy song.
Definitely. Yeah, I have like a playlist of just like, it's called like Crush. And somebody asked me like, oh, who's this about? And I'm like, it's really about no one. It's just like the feeling of having a crush.
Yeah.
And like that's kind of the vibe of like this then.
Yeah.
I guess.
No, the song like makes me giddy. Like that's how it feels to me.
I love that. Yeah, it's like so lighthearted. It's so sweet.
Yeah.
It's very pretty.
Bring back the xylophone. Like we need to next Orpin EP, I'll bring it back. It's like such a fun little instrument, but
honestly. Yeah, you should bring out your own xylophone stuff.
But I do feel like this song is like such like a time capsule for that era. Like
definitely.
Even the like treatment on her vocals when she's like kind of like doing like the backing like echo thing. It's like so.
It's very like Ingrid Michaelson kind of
yeah.
vibe. Yes. Yeah. I hear the twee for sure. Which like I love. It's like very nostalgic for me as well. I'm like admittedly a very big Lumineers fan.
Yeah.
And same kind of energy of just like folksy corniness.
Yeah, I actually went to a Lumineers concert like last summer because my friend had free tickets, and I was like, okay, like I know the Lumineers, and like I actually knew so many songs, and like every song was a bop. Like it was, it's really definitely like the same kind of just folk music will do that. Like indie folk, it's just. There's a little layer of joy that they like weave in.
And indie pop as well. And like indie pop is definitely known for being so like corny.
Yeah.
But like you're right, like that's the best part about it is like it being able to evoke those feelings of like, you know, hands out the sunroof kind of vibes. Yeah. Exactly. You said that there's like no specific memories, but you did go see Feist.
I did go see Feist I forget the name of the project, but it was like a live album where you like sat in a circle and there was only like 40 of us. It was like during like quarantines kind of thing, like you couldn't go to like a full-blown concert, and it was really cool. I can't remember the name unfortunately, but yeah. And I guess maybe that's why she seems small too, is because I was like sitting like 3 meters away from her. Yeah, it was called like Mirrors or like Reflection or something. There was like this reflecting like table that she was like interacting with, and there was like this typewriter, or no, it was like a printer that was just like printing copies. So it was kind of like a experimental, really cool piece. And then she ended up putting out the album after, but like we all heard it like way in advance, which was really cool. So you're listening to a bunch of songs you don't know, and then it comes out later and it sounds a little different, but I'm like, oh, this is that one about the rings that she did. But
do you feel like Feist does like because like I'm assuming you found the song like ages ago, like this one's an old one for you, has Feist like grown with you then? And
1, 2, 3, 4 has grown with me, like that has, I mean, for those listening who don't know, like 1, 2, 3, 4, tell me the number. Okay, that one. So, yeah, that song, I guess because it was like a pop song back when I was growing up. I feel like I had for a long time, but I didn't really listen to it until I was talking to my friend Jessie, who's a huge Feist fan. And then I decided to dive deeper into the Feist discography. It's
like, what's the deal? Like, why is somebody such a big fan? Like, that's how...
Yeah. She's like, I love Feist. And I was like, I like Feist too, but I don't really know Feist. But now I feel like I know her better. Yeah. I also love her song Musha Boom. That one I almost did as a love song. Musha Boom. That one's like building your life with somebody, and it's so sweet. That one I really relate to. Because I live in the city and I don't want to live in the city, and I want to live in the wilderness as Orpin would want. But and Musha Boom is basically like a song like talking about how like she starts off in an apartment and she like then they get a house with like a picket fence, and it's like growing up, and it's really sweet and wholesome.
The lyric that always gets me for that is like what is it, when your dreams are bigger than your paycheck or whatever it is, something along those lines, where it's like when my something will match with when my dreams will line up with my paycheck or something my pay or something. My pay, that lyric where I'm like, someday I'll be able to do everything that I want to do, and like you know, like plant the flower garden and do all the things. And I get it, especially living in the city. It feels like it's so like so constrained.
Musha Boom is a town, I think, in Nova Scotia where she's from. Okay. Which is why I didn't pick that one, because my next song is more about like your hometown. So I was trying to get split things out. Some range.
That makes like a great segue then. And if you have anything else to say about Feist and the song,
Feist, if you're listening, I love you.
Let's manifest Feist being on the podcast.
Feist, go on the pod.
Exactly. Please. I think like a hometown song is really fun, and it's interesting that you asked me like where I'm from, because I feel like it doesn't always come up. So where Where are you from?
Well, I'm from Mississauga, but
Yeah.
I used to work up north sometimes in the summer. So all my changes were there.
Yeah. It's when you like really get into like a deep nature, it's very
Hard
like,
to
like
leave
disconnect it.
It
Exactly.
sticks with you, yeah.
I think there's a reason a lot of people move to like Vancouver from Toronto.
I know, but I'm such a like family person. It's hard to
like separate yourself. Yeah.
I'm Cancer, so
Yeah, exactly. It is what it is. Yeah. That's cool. I'm excited to listen to this next one then and get into it. Yeah. Awesome. Let's do it. Okay, we are listening to We're listening to Helpless, the Crosby, Stills, Nash and Young version.
Yes.
Correct. Very specifically.
Yeah.
Poppi is hyped. Yeah. Yeah. I'm excited to listen. It's nice to pick like such a range of music as well, like a contemporary. Okay, let's do it. That's such a yearning song.
Yeah.
It's really really yearning.
It is so good.
Yeah.
It's so visual.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
It definitely like there's such a story there as well. Does it remind you of like anywhere or?
It reminds me of being up north. Specifics, no. This is another song that I feel like I've been listening to for so long that there's not like one story attached to it. When my current boyfriend and I, when we started dating, I think I was unemployed. I don't really know what I was doing. We didn't have a lot of money. We took a road trip to Thunder Bay and we like camped along the way. And that's when I introduced him to this song. And that is the visuals that play in my mind. It's just like driving way up north, like 18 hours and just the wilderness. Oh, I'm such a sucker for like open roads and like tall trees and like the smell of grass, you know? And the like lyrically, all my changes were there is one of the strongest lyrics to me. Like, I don't know why it means so much to me, but I gave it Easter egg. I said it earlier. I don't know if you noticed.
Yeah.
But yeah, like I just love it. Yeah. And it feels like, okay, back to the love song thing. It feels like a love song to his hometown. He's from Omimi, I think, how you pronounce it. It's like by the Kawarthas-ish, I think.
Okay.
Yeah, and just like small town. It feels like a memory of your childhood, but also like of like just nature and like summer and yeah.
Just quite nostalgic.
Yeah. And this is another one where like I'm like, okay, this is a love song to his hometown. I know what this is, but I'm gonna Google it to make sure, like, you know, I'm on the right track.
Yeah.
And apparently this is actually about when he had polio as a kid.
Oh wow.
And he was like quarantined, and that's why he's talking about like the chains across the door and stuff.
That's crazy.
It is right? Because to me it's such a like positive childhood kind of nostalgic song. But yeah, another one where it's just, you know, you see what you want to see.
Yeah. And there's like this level of like, I feel like helpless becomes like such a different term then, because it's like the way that I was seeing helpless as like a love song is very much like you can't like, I don't know how to put it. Like it's almost like the freedom of childhood.
That is exactly what I like. Helpless to me, feels like safe. Yeah, like you're taken care of and you're helpless, but like it's fine.
Exactly. And like the relief, like the release of that almost, like that like longing for that and like release it, especially like as like an adult, like reflecting, it's kind of nice to be like, oh yeah, I was like taken care of.
Yeah. And the big birds flying across the sky and throwing shadows in our eyes also makes you feel so small. Yeah. And like, yeah. I think that's such a good way to put it. It's like you feel helpless in a good way, like a taken care of safe way. Yeah. That's how it makes me feel too.
Does that like go back to your relationship with your partner like a little bit, do you think?
Yes and no. I feel really safe with him. Yeah. I don't feel like helpless, but maybe I do. Or if I was, he's who I'd want to be there, I think.
You're like allowed to feel that way.
Yeah. We actually did a cover of Helpless at our last show, and it's like 3 chords. Like it's incredible. Such a simple song, and it's so moving. It feels like so much more is going on. I guess also with like Crosby, Stills, Nash and Young, like when they have like their harmonies, like just such an iconic time.
Definitely. Oh, they're so gorgeous. Yeah.
Yeah.
And I feel like no matter what, it almost has like that like Harvest Moon flavor because it's that sound is gonna come through either way.
Little harmonica.
Yeah, exactly.
So beautiful. Dreams, comfort, memories, spirit. Yeah, it just feels like childhood, like when you just had like a wide open sky and like it's beautiful.
Wide open sky, or like I just imagine like the really tall pine trees that you don't see in the city.
Yeah.
Like the really, and like when it's only pine trees and you're like sitting on like a porch and you're like looking up at them and you see the sky like poking up above them. Yeah. Really, really natural. It comes back to like the Orpin vibe all together as well.
Yeah, for sure.
And like when do you think like the first time you like heard this song was?
Not that long ago. Like I knew Neil Young, but I knew kind of Crosby, Stills and Nash, like their one Deja Vu, and they had another one that I listened to a lot. But I feel like there was an era of music before Apple Music when you would just like download random songs like one at a time, and that's sort of when I would have like Crosby, Stills and Nash and Young. I would have like one of their songs. I didn't actually like listen to the full album and hear Helpless until maybe 5 years ago.
Okay.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Which is actually kind of crazy that it's 5 years ago. But yeah, like 2020 probably. I've always been a Neil Young fan, but he does have a solo version of Helpless on like one of his later records, but like this is the one that hits it for me. And good thing, I guess, because on Spotify I don't think you can listen to Neil Young, or can you now?
I think he's back.
He's back?
He's back, yeah. Poppi's giving me the thumbs up.
I'm an Apple Music user, so.
Yeah, fair enough. Off topic, but when I did the run of the podcast before, and Poppi was on, she chose Harvest Moon. So it kind of comes full circle today. Yeah. You said you found this song in 2020. Does it have like a connotation with like pandemic times for you or anything, or?
To me, yes, it was pandemic times, but it was also like the most I'd been outside in like a long time. Yeah. Like I feel like I really connected back to nature, and I was outside in my bare feet all the time. And I wasn't working or in school because I had graduated, and then I had a job, but then I lost it because it was a service job, and then it was like, you know, lockdown, no more bars and stuff. I feel like it was like a reset for me. Maybe it's like the song of my reset, but
I hear that. Yeah. And I feel like we were all kind of like longing to like go outside or go on a road trip. Yeah. Go and do something exciting. No,
there was like a nature like revival. Like I feel like everyone, all the people were growing out their beards. Yeah. Growing out their hair.
Like we had to like disconnect from like depending on other people in that way of like service.
I had nothing to do, so I'd go to this one park literally every day and just walk in the park.
Yeah. Was it nearby here or?
No, it's called Arundel Park. It's a Mississauga staple. Yeah. It's along the Credit River. Yeah.
I know Arundel.
You do?
Yeah, I do know.
Oh, yeah, because you went to Sheridan.
Yeah, exactly. So it's all kind of the same area. Yeah. Same vibe. Yeah. I get it. I guess that there isn't really like a nostalgic feeling with this song then with COVID, or?
No, not nostalgic with COVID, but like with being outside, I feel. Yeah, like I can really see myself like either like in the backyard at my parents' house, or like at Arundel Park, or like driving to Thunder Bay with Connor and him hearing it the first time and like blasting it and having the windows down. Yeah,
that sounds like
they're both
incredible memory.
Yeah. My first two songs were definitely like windows down, like happy love kind of.
Yeah, that's such a beautiful memory of like windows down. Yeah. Listening to it on a road trip.
I know. Connor and I were talking about it today, actually. Like how back then we just had more time. So like taking like a 10-day road trip was just like, it was like you had time but you didn't have money. Now I don't have that many vacation days. I don't want to like drive that far again. Yeah. It's just different. It's like such like a time capsule of like being young and
maybe a little bit like foolish in the best way.
Yeah, like putting way too many miles on our cars. Yeah, like no reason, but it was. Yeah, I would do it again probably. Actually, like probably. Yeah, for sure. Yeah, maybe next summer. Not this one though. We actually did do it twice. So. Okay. Yeah, we did it the next year too.
Did you play this song for like good time's sake? And
probably. Yeah, I think so for sure.
Definitely was there. I'm sure there's like a few other songs that are like in that playlist of yeah, like memory songs. we'll listen to the last one then, which is an Orpin song. Yes. And I'm so happy that you picked an Orpin song because I love your music. So it's really nice.
I'm trying to do more, like, be a better PR person and do more, spread more Orpin.
I understand. Yeah. I feel like the song really encapsulates that, like, natural feeling that you were going for, and like I said, like, I'm always drawn to the kind of like the like nymph kind of vibes of like being in nature, so that's really awesome.
It was definitely written while listening to the first 2 songs that I played too.
And so song number 3 is Growing Season by Orpin, and I'm super hyped to listen. Let's do it. It's so beautiful. I have so many thoughts and so many things I want to ask and say and stuff. I'll start with like the like design of the sound, like the production. I love that it has like the nature in it and like the naturescapes and the thunder at the beginning and everything and the rain and the like, is it like a loon at the end?
It's
like,
actually me, like,
doing
a little loon call.
That's so cool.
But yeah, went heavy in with the nature sounds. Like the thunder was sourced, but a lot of the nature sounds was actually like Brayden and I, we went down with like, well, I did the microphone in my parents' backyard and got like some like crickets and stuff, and then we went down to the lake and got like more louder bugs that are kind of like in like the marshes, like louder, I don't even know, like critters, like but yeah, definitely like when I started that song, like I would never expected to like put it out, like it's like playful and like fun, like I was just recording and adding noises, and then I showed it to Brayden, and Brayden was like, we should like do something with this. He's like a percussionist and he like does the drums, and he's like, no, we need to like do something with this. And I was like, yeah. So then he added the drums, so the drums were like the last thing to come in, and then we brought it to Riley and he like polished it off and put it all together. But this is again, I was driving to Thunder Bay that summer as well with my sister, and so like I'm like driving through Thunder Bay and like they're sending me like the like demos as they're coming along. So it's a song that like didn't start with a demo and then get a new recording. It's like a lot of the stuff is recorded in my bedroom, like, and I didn't even have a mic stand. Like my microphone's like in a boot, it's on GarageBand, like it's really just encapsulates a feeling and a time.
Yeah, definitely. And like I can see that, and like the design of it really shows that, and as well as like I think like having the time, like you said, like having more time but like no money.
Yes.
And
there's a lot of free time.
Yeah. To like go out and like record everything and like get all the pieces that you need.
Yeah.
But it makes it so like personal. It makes it so like you have like the stories related to like every sound that's involved in it.
No, I can like picture myself in different areas on the floor because I would move around doing different parts of the song. Yeah.
That's so cool. That's so fun.
The loon calls, I was sitting on my bed.
Yeah.
And it was like funny, and at the end, and then I actually kept them in. So yeah.
You're like, this is good. Yeah. Can't tell. I thought it was a loon, so that's
impressive. No, I'm pretty good at it.
Can you do one?
Yeah, I don't know. I haven't done it in a long time, but like that was pretty good. I can also make a cricket noise. I don't know if that made it in, but I used to sometimes do that in some recordings in the background. But I don't know if I can do it right now. I have to have water in my mouth a little bit. Wait. Yeah. So
that's so cool.
Nature and I, we are one.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Yeah. Love a little silly sound. I'm not really like a trained musician. Like I took piano lessons as a kid. Like I played by ear, and like I know how to play guitar. Like I know chords and like some plucking, but like definitely all my music is like foundationally vibes and like feelings and like worlds that I'm trying to like create.
Cool.
And Growing Season is definitely a little world. It's like August and it's like really hot and it's the sun has just set kind of thing. Yeah,
there's so many bugs, but it's kind of great. Yeah.
We don't mind.
Yeah, like it's fine. Yeah. That's beautiful. It definitely feels like August. That makes so much sense.
Yeah. Something
that I do a lot in my writing, personally. I don't really write music, but I write like poetry and journal and everything. And I'd love to dip my toe into music. I think it's a matter of time.
Yeah.
But I do a lot of like very uncertain things where I say like sometimes a lot and maybe. And, I feel like there's always like a draw to not do that because you're like, I want to be certain in what I say. And what I love is that like the song is so vulnerable.
Yeah.
And that like sort of like uncertainty of doing things. Like maybe I'll send you a photograph or like, you know, like maybe this is what's going on.
One of my, I don't know if you ever listened to Tiger's Jaw. It was like really big back in the day. And then one of the lead singers like started his own thing called Wick of Phase Springs Eternal. And it's like with like goth boy click, like very like kind of like, it's not folky. I'm a very folky person, but I was a big Tiger's Jaw fan, so I listened to him on occasion, and how he writes is like so conversational, and it's such an inspiration for me, even though the sound is like the complete opposite of mine. But like the way that I say maybe and like, it's because he does that, and I find it so like vulnerable and like person to person. Like it feels like you're like reading their journal. Like, and I try to emulate that whenever I can.
Definitely. And I always feel like your music feels like a journal. Like it definitely, like I feel that like it's like I'm getting into like this world of characters and I don't know like anything about them, but I've just found a book and that's how it feels.
Good. That's good.
Is a lot of your music and like Growing Seasons like based off of like a very personal story, or is it?
It's somewhat personal. I'm happy to talk about it. It's like my current partner, my boyfriend, he and I were friends for a long time. And Growing Season to me is like a coming of age sort of song, like coming to terms with these feelings that you have for someone, because Connor was someone that like I liked, but then I also was like afraid to date him because what if we broke up and then like we weren't friends anymore. Like I valued his like friendships so much kind of thing. And then I was also like in a weird place and he was in a weird place, and like there was just, it was like not the right time, but something I would think about a lot. It was COVID. I was in my parents' backyard and I saw fireflies for the first time in their backyard. And like the first thing I thought of was like telling Connor. And that was like when I knew that I had to like progress with these feelings. Like I had to face them, even though it had like been like years.
That's awesome.
So yeah, the one line in the song about fireflies is real. They're honestly all real, like things that happen. I tend to like piece like different storylines together to make like one storyline in a song, but it's usually like real events.
Yeah. Just a little bit like scattered chronologically.
Yeah.
Maybe. Yeah.
Yeah.
The firefly line really stands out to me as well, where it's like, see you in fireflies. That's beautiful.
Yeah.
Was this like written anywhere specifically then, or do you like keep journals of memories?
That song was written, like all my songs are written in like one day. Like I'm like very like just express it all at once. I do like kind of keep journals. Maybe I was at that point, but probably not. I try to keep journals. I'm not really good at it, but I have kind of like a running journal in my head maybe of like significant moments. I think, okay, that's like something that meant something. Anyway, moving on, you know what I mean? And then like when I write, I feel like it's like also I learned something new about myself. Like when I started Growing Season, I don't think I was like ready to tell Connor that like I had feelings for him. But then I finished the song and I'm like, okay, like maybe I should tell him because I just like wrote this song about him kind of thing.
Like figured it out. Figured that out.
It's
processed
like,
it with it.
Yeah, it's like therapeutic a lot of the time. Yeah.
Do you find like you process music through, or like process feelings through like writing?
Yeah.
And like also like listening to music, or do you find that writing is like the best
writing
way to do
is
it?
the best way for me, and it's like subconscious almost. Like I'm just like playing the same chords and just like saying things that are like actual events, and then they like feel significant when I put them to a melody, I guess. But listening to music too though. Yeah. For sure. But writing more so. I mean, you write too. It's like such a blessing to be able to like take all the thoughts in our head and like actually put them somewhere, and then like
exactly
it's like a release.
See them there.
Yeah.
It's such a release. I feel like I can think through the same thing over and over again for ages. And then it's like as soon as it's on a paper, it's like, oh, like it's actually exists somewhere,
like,
and that's what matters.
Like I don't think Connor and I would have like really gotten together if I didn't like go through and make that EP and like face these like feelings. It's kind of the same, right? Like,
were you guys like old friends before you started dating?
We were like acquaintances, like in the same friend group, and then a lot of our friends like left for university, and then we like hung out more. Like we were kind of like, I would describe it like a friend circle, and we were on like opposite ends. I never saw him that way until one day I did, and then I couldn't stop, and I guess he did too, because now we've been dating for like 5 years, which is crazy.
That's crazy. That's so exciting though. Yeah. And it's nice to have like, it's so beautiful to almost have like the music as like a scrapbook.
Yeah. I was smiling when we were listening to it. I haven't listened to that song in so long because I don't really listen to my own music. And like, yeah, I'm like, wow, like she was so in love like with Connor. And it's so sweet. Like, I wish I could tell her, like, look where your life is now, you know?
Yeah, that's so sweet.
Yeah.
Like look at what's coming for
Yeah.
you. Oh,
I know, that's kind of cute. I'm gonna cry. Quick answer.
that's so sweet.
Yeah.
That's like, it's crazy how like listening to it brought that up, but like playing these songs live doesn't like bring around the same feelings as much.
It does, but when I'm playing live, I'm like kind of nervous.
In the zone a little bit. Yeah, like locked in.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But that Lee's Palace show that you came to, it was actually our first show ever, which is kind of silly that we were playing
really?
Lee's Palace. It was just like Robin from Cinder was like, you want to do it? And I was like, okay. Like, I don't think she knew that we'd never done one before. Like, I don't know if she would have picked us, but it did like start us, like, we've done a lot more since that show, so thank you, Robin. But yeah, I remember like playing Growing Season and like looking out and like Connor is like in the crowd looking at me because we're like dating at that point. I'm like, whoa.
You're like, wait a second.
Ooh, hold on.
There's feelings here.
Yeah.
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 I get
Yeah.
that.
Yeah. So that is, I feel like a lot of my music is like kind of sad, but that one I think is happy, coming of age. Like I hadn't done it yet, but like the feelings were there and like things were set in motion with that song. So the one part of that song that wasn't real was driving in his cool car to see the harvest moon. And then when we started dating, we did that. So I actually foretold the future. Yeah. What the heck?
You like manifested it in the song.
Wow. Yeah. Like what I said, like Orpin is powerful. I told you guys.
That's incredible. That's so cool. Yeah, there's so many memories and such like also like an explicit vision, which like I feel like that's what you've done really well with Orpin, is like the world building of the character is incredible.
Thank you.
With like the sound, like the design and everything. I get it every time. Like I feel like I feel like connected to it. I'm like,
Thank
yes.
you. Good. I'm glad. Good.
Yeah.
That's what I want.
That's what matters. Yeah. Is there anything else you want to share about that song? Like I feel like we had such a beautiful moment there with it.
I can talk a bit about the writing process. Like I always really struggle with bridges and like leave them to the last minute. Like I write the whole song, but I don't write the bridge. That's how like my time goes. And then like I've like recorded it and then I just have this blank space. So the bridges are usually like added on at the very end.
Yeah.
And the bridge of that song I think is like one of the most like powerful parts of that song.
Definitely.
And it's saying like how like it's about growing season. Like it's supposed to kind of have like a little bit of a farming, harvesting vibe. And that like the wind is blowing away my hard work. And that's like all around me now. And the hard work is supposed to be like the barriers I put or like the walls I built to like keep myself like away from Connor kind of thing, or away from whoever you like. If this song's like for your perspective, I don't know why I said it like that, but like it's like you try to like move on with your life, but then like seeing him was like the wind that like just like undid all my hard work. And then I had to tell him I liked him.
The hard work of the walls.
Yeah. It was, or like I don't know, like the seeds you're planting, or like this thing that you're trying to grow, but it can't because you're not doing it right.
There's something else you have to acknowledge.
Yeah.
That's interesting. Yeah. I feel like I could go down a whole tangent with that. Did you find that like you kind of like through the song and the process and what it's talking about, were there like other aspects of your life that you felt like you needed to like unpack that suddenly kind of fell into place in a sense, or anything else that was like discovered out like as you went?
The whole EP is about like taking ownership of my life. So yeah, I would say this song specifically is about like my love life, but then like Pioneer, for example, is about like just like moving on with my life and making decisions that are maybe difficult, like but like cutting people off and that kind of thing.
Definitely. So there's like a lot uncovered. Yeah. That's so beautiful. I think that's like a great place to wrap it up there. Thank you so much, Taryn. This has been like so incredible, and like talking about your song was like really, really special. I feel like I feel you're the first guest who has like chosen one of their own songs.
Oh my gosh, wow.
And talking about that was like really, really gorgeous. To like know the emotion
was
so
fun.
Well.
I've never really talked about it before, so that was cool. That's was really
so
great.
cool.
This whole thing is really awesome. Thank you so much for having me, Imogen.
Thank you. No, thank you. I'm happy to do it. Also, did you have any like projects that you wanted to talk about or that's coming up? Or?
We have stuff in the works. Nothing I can really put into words specifically, but stay tuned. Orpin's on the move. It's getting warmer, and that's when like when the summer comes, that's when like Orpin like comes out.
It's
so.
cooking.
Yeah. Yeah, she's defrosting or whatever they say, thawing.
Exactly.
Yeah,
coming out of hibernation a little
thawing.
bit.
Yeah. Thawing out, not de-thawing. That would be the opposite, I think, right?
I
don't
guess
know.
so. Yeah, I get it for sure. Thank you again for being on here. This has been This Must Be the Place, and I'm your host, Imogen J. Lister. Be sure to subscribe wherever you get your podcasts. It'll be on Spotify, Apple Music, anything else. Leave a comment, leave a review, recommend us a guest. We'd love to hear about who you want to have on to talk about love and music and everything in between. Stay up to date with new episodes, the playlists, the details, the guests, everything on our Instagram at This Must Be the Place Pod, as well as subscribe to our newsletter where you can find all of these things in one convenient little package. That's the best way to do it. Playlist for each episode's coming to you live there, as well as all the updates in one place. Lots of love here. Love you guys. Thank you for listening. We'll chat soon again. Bye.